Welcome to the Good News Bay podcast, where we are making Bay County brighter, one conversation at a time. Today we are talking air show, and we have a special guest with us who is helping to coordinate a lot of things with the air show coming up here in May. We have Lieutenant Colonel Alex Goldfein, also known as your call sign's Gate, right?
It is.
And so he is a pilot, loves to fly, still is flying some F-35s.
Yep.
Was once a Thunderbird, which I'm going to let him tell us about in just a moment. But I want this to be one of the places that you get all things air show. There's a Lightning Within 5 podcast that Tyndall Air Force Base itself puts out that probably has even more information. But I want you to help us, not just as locals, but even some of those that are listening from afar, to know what they need to do to get the most out of the air show coming in May. So welcome,
Thank
Lieutenant
you.
Colonel.
Appreciate it.
So as we start this, now tell us the dates. Let's just go ahead and tell us the dates of the air show coming up.
Yep, May 4th and 5th, so coming up pretty quick. That'll be the Saturday, Sunday. There'll be events really on both sides, so you'll see jets coming and going, but those are the two big show days on the beach.
So what does that mean, 2 show days? Will those be identical days?
They will be, yep. Saturday and Sunday should look exactly the same, and we got a full lineup, 10:30 to about 4 o'clock every day out there at the beach.
So it'll run from 10:30 to 4 o'clock?
It will, with acts
Wow.
every 15 minutes the whole time.
Okay, that's pretty incredible. So we know also that it centers, like it's done in partnership with Panama City Beach. So y'all have been working with Mayor Sheldon and their team as far as all the things on the ground. Pier Park is really central out there. A lot of shops, a lot of places to eat. There's going to be, you said there's going to be some vendors out there too. So if I want something military that's got things from the 325th, I loved, maybe kind of more morbid for a pastor, but I love Bones with the 95th. It's called Mr. Bones, I think is what they call him. So I probably can get something with Mr. Bones on it.
Sure thing.
And so there'll be some things they can walk around and do while they're watching all these shows.
There is. There's going to be a ton to do. So, yep, the whole main drag right there at Pier Park, they're going to close it down. Food, drinks. You've obviously got everything in Pier Park. So all the restaurants will be open and usual fun stuff down there. And then, yeah, booster clubs. So around the base are going to be selling all kinds of cool swag. So you can expect to see T-shirts, patches, coins, all those sort of things. Should be great. Some Mr. Bones stuff for sure.
Well, and I don't want to go in too hard on, like, because I'm not really a salesman typically, but if I was at one of those destinations where you can get a ticket from an airline ticket from Nashville or from Houston, and you could pick a weekend to come in, this is the weekend to come in.
Oh, this is going to be a big weekend.
So if they got the hotel room, they're going to see it and see it well. Those that are coming from Georgia and Alabama, and I see these guys, like I see them trailering these boats to come for the weekend. They can launch that boat and they can be out in the water.
They sure can. Yep. So there'll be an aerobatic container that we got to keep people out of, and that's where the main show will center, right past the pier. But everywhere around that perimeter, boats can sit, watch, and enjoy. And we'll be retransmitting the broadcast on FM radio, so you should be able just to cue that in on your boat there too. Listen and watch the show from really a cool angle out there. So I think that's the place to watch it if you can.
So if it gets too busy out there in that space, if they happen to be at Shell Island or they happen to be like literally anywhere that I know that having been, I don't have a boat like that, right? But I've been on some boats out there like that, and they've got these sound systems, and they will literally be narrating, you said, the air show?
They will be, yep. We have a full narrator, and he's a professional air show narrator, so he'll be talking through every act all day long, keeping you informed about the people, the jets, and just, it's awesome. So
am I going to get my patriotic fix? I mean,
oh, absolutely.
Because I go these places now, it's hard to find a place where they'll play the patriotic music along with the show, the light show or whatever, but you guys are going to have, there'll be jets?
They will be, yep. So it'll start the day with a national anthem. We've got jumpers. We got people in the water with some special ops demo teams. Yeah, we've got jets, new ones, old ones. We'll have our local aircraft, and then a whole bunch of civilian performers too. Single ship, multi-ship, and like I said, end of the day, Thunderbirds will fly 6 F-16s together.
So the Thunderbirds are F-16s?
They are.
Now, because of what you had described, like, well, I say you, Colonel Watkins, when he was on, it's been a long time since we've had an air show in Panama City Beach, or even at Tyndall. Now, did you tell me it was in 2015 that we did the last one?
Last one was 2017. Ironically, 2017. I flew one here in 2015, which was kind of neat.
You flew one?
Yep. And then 2 years later, unfortunately, that was the last one after the hurricane kind of wrecked things for a bit.
So you were one of the Thunderbirds?
I did, yeah. Did that for a little 2 years, 2015, 2016. If you saw the Thunderbirds fly, you probably saw me.
Cool. part of the reason that I brought up the idea that it's been so long is here locally, and I hope it's okay to talk about those folks over in Pensacola. The Navy has some Blue Angels, and it is quite the thing every year when they have their show. But it is, and they do a great job, but we don't get the Thunderbirds down here very often. And
Nope.
After I started doing a little research and watching some of the video that y'all been putting out, I started getting all these other pictures in my feed of the Thunderbirds. They are gorgeous planes, but more than that is I don't know if you call it a demo team, but you guys do some crazy kinds of things.
A little bit. It takes some time to get used to, that's for sure. But we just jump right into it. Any fighter pilot can do it, but boy, it takes some training.
So as locals, what should we expect in the air the days leading up to it? I'm assuming they're going to be doing some training or something, some practice or something?
They will. Really, on the Thursday before the show, we'll start to see jets coming in. So yeah, you may start to see some weird airplanes coming in, checking out the site. Friday will look a lot like Saturday and Sunday. It's a full practice day. Some of the timing will be a little bit different. So that'll be a full rehearsal. So if you find yourself on the beach on Friday too, that's a pretty darn good show to see as well.
That's awesome. So if it's centered at Panama City Beach at Pier Park, that's the best location to see it. If they happen to be en route to it from the base, which would be eastward, then they would see probably a lot more planes coming and going, and they would still be able to see and hear some things a little bit further down, but the center point's going to be there at Pier Park.
Yep, it sure will be. And best place to be, like I said, yeah, right there on the pier is great, and then just down the beach on either direction, you'll be able to see it for ages. These jets have smoke that they do for the performances and everything else. It'll be awesome.
You were very complimentary just a few moments ago as we were talking about our friends at Panama City Beach proper. Like and I just want to compliment them on the show here because it sounds like they know what to do with traffic.
Oh my gosh!
And all the different necessities on that side of it to help make this thing happen. Is that true?
That is true. Mayor Sheldon and his team, they are professionals, and I can barely describe how incredible it is. Hosting an air show is a big deal. When we proposed this and started talking about it, we thought, oh no, they're not going to want to do it. That's a lot of hard work. They just didn't even bat an eye, and they're like, piece of cake. We host big events, let's go.
I know.
We haven't even done the show yet, and they want to do more. So they love it, and it's coming along great.
We love the sounds of freedom in Bay County, and we're proud of the airmen here and what you guys are doing. Thank you guys so much. Give my thanks to Colonel Watkins as well for being willing to lead in having, y'all are doing, today while we're here, they're doing exercises around the base. I know y'all continue to do checkered flag. You're going to hear those loud sounds. You're going to hear them May 4th and 5th, but Bay County and those outside of this area that hear these planes, be grateful when you see these guys in the restaurants and gals. Be thankful for all those that are the pilots and those that are supporting them on the maintenance side. They help and bring a bunch to our community and help keep us safe. Man, I'm ready to fly the flag. I'm feeling patriotic and cannot wait for May 4th and 5th. Thank you for being our guest today, Lieutenant Colonel.
Pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us for the Good News Bay podcast, where we are making Bay County brighter one conversation at a time. Please help us share this good news and change the conversation by liking, sharing, and subscribing to the podcast.